The first light of a new day brings life to Amish country.
Now, the Amish in Harmony are what they consider old order Amish. They are very conservative, some of the most conservative in the United States. They do not have telephones, they do not have refrigeration. They are not allowed to work in town on a permanent basis.
We're trying to keep it simple, I guess. We're trying to just have a quieter life and more of a family life.
Dennis takes pride in being a good husband, father, and craftsman.
It's not hard work.
He says his community knows they need to live in the world, but will not conform to the English world.
Some of those conveniences bring other things into our lives that we would rather not have.
There's unwritten rules called Ordung that govern the Amish's lives. So they follow those rules in order to keep the community separate from the world.
To avoid vanity, the Amish believe they shouldn't drive cars or tractors, have electricity or plumbing, and most don't allow pictures with recognizable faces.
Well, that comes from the Ten Commandments, where it says, "You shall have no graven image before me." And they feel that if we're made in God's image, having an image of us is the same as having an image of God. So they do not have any pictures. They don't know what their great-grandparents look like.
It's what I did all my life. That's the way I grew up. And I don't think of it as something special.
They do have a sink that has cold running water. But that is the only sink in the house. They do not, of course, have any other indoor plumbing.
No electricity?
No electricity.
So this is their stove and what they cook off, and what is different about their stove?
Well, it's all wood burning. All their heating and their cooking is done with wood. It heats their irons for their ironing. It's the center of their, not only their kitchen, but of the home.
And after a long day's work, the family will gather in the living room to relax, sew, and socialize.
Yep, all the Amish households will have a drying rack above their stove. Some will have them in the kitchen as well as in their living room. The bedrooms are all upstairs. That's the only thing that are upstairs are bedrooms. There's usually 4 to 6 to 7 bedrooms in the house, especially for the larger families. They want it to be as plain and simple as they can. And sameness is very important to the Amish, whether it's their clothing, whether it's their buggies that they use, the houses that they build. They don't believe that anyone should be better than anyone else.
Maybe that keeps us from wanting to be like the Joneses and we can't afford it. Won't be trying to catch up with the other person. Maybe that helps that too.
And when the sun sets, kerosene lanterns light the night. It's a simple life that preserves tradition for generations to come.
The Amish came to the Harmony area in 1973. They came out of Wayne County, Ohio. When they first came to Harmony, they were mostly farmers. Today, fewer and fewer are farming, and more are doing their crafts.
Dennis is my name. I was born in Ohio. I specialize in making bedroom furniture.
You're doing a good job, Sandy, but I see a spot right there. Look at that spot.
That's it. Yeah, you made a spot. Yeah, I see that.
Dennis works from home.
It's kind of nice to get up in the morning and do your little chores and eat breakfast, and you're right, you don't have to go very far for work.
And for him, farming is a hobby, while woodworking pays the bills.
We try to stay away from the electric or modern conveniences to have a quieter life. It is not all that quiet sometimes. Like right now, it's pretty hectic. I have a lot of furniture orders. I'm up to my neck in work right now.
This is his woodworking shop. All of the machines run without electricity.
You know, I run it with a diesel engine. It's about 40 horse.
Dennis says it's like a tractor without the shell. It connects to V-belts and a shaft and powers the entire shop. And this is the final product. Every chair, dresser, bed frame, all one of a kind.
So you have 4-wheel drive, right?
I feel like it's all high-quality furniture. I don't even go to furniture stores now because, like I said, I like the oak Amish furniture, and this is the place I get it. And I just am very impressed with the quality of work that he does also.
I'll do one laying down.
As Dennis closes another sale, he isn't the only one working to put food on the table.
8 to 10 is a normal family. I mean, they may have anywhere up to 14, 16
Rich Bishop
children.
is a local Amish tour guide. He says that women are the homemakers.
Women get up early in the morning, they'll start the fire in the stoves, they'll get the meal going for breakfast. And it's very important for the young ladies after they get out of the 8th grade and learn how to bake and quilt and sew, how to garden, things that is going to be very important when they start their own families. It's also important for them to teach them how to garden because they grow about 85% of the food that they consume. They grow on the farm.
A 10 and a 8-year-old, they can do the dishes. There's a boy that is 6. He'll help with the dishes too and carry wood, while the girls are doing the chicken chores and you know, gather the eggs and feed the chickens and even help out in the yard, you know, and stuff like that.
And Dennis says simple traditions will continue, and home will always be harmony.